It would be my two favorite ones within the entire span of the Ming Dynasty. Yes, the problem is that the wreck has a magic blanket over it. So I can give you the GPS position now. You go there, you will not see anything because it has a magic blanket. So, hello everyone and welcome to Underwater Adventures with Alex Mirabai. Today we will be talking about the finding of quite a rare Chinese porcelain in the Java Sea. So let's dive into it. In the year 2010, when we were in our project in Indonesia, as part of my regular system of surveying for shipwrecks, it was interviewing fishermen.
Sorry to interrupt you. How lucky are you that fishermen like to talk?
Well, it's not only liking to talk. They have found out with me a way of making easy money. Or easy, let's call it this way. But the truth is that you have to do this because first, it will save you a lot of money. Like you will spend 100 times more searching for shipwrecks than paying the information to someone that already knows. So
Totally.
It has been always a thing I do. I am a fisherman myself, so we speak more or less the same language. I understand them, they understand me. I really like them.
I find it funny because 75% of these stories, we talk about you talking to fishermen and that being one of the first steps to do your surveying. And I love that relationship is so tight. It's really cute.
Yeah, I really like them and I really understand them very well. And I think they also understand me because we speak a little bit the same language. But as part of that, I was interviewing some fishermen when we were working in Banca, and I have mentioned this many times. Fishermen normally bring to me either the artifacts that they have found during their labor or photos of artifacts that they have found in certain places and they want to share with me. In this case, it was really funny because normally when fishermen come to you with information for a wreck site, yes, they want to be paid and they want to get the most they can for their information. And I have colleagues that get angry at that or they get frustrated at that because it's like if they're trying to cheat you. But I understand. I mean, very few jobs in this world are more demanding or are so difficult as being a fisherman. A professional fisherman, a person who lives out of fishing, is incredible the amount of work and hardship they have to go through to get some money. So if they see any chance to get a little money or more money or much money, or it doesn't matter the amount, but to get it without so much effort, they will go for it. I will go for it.
And information has value.
Every
other industry is very much aware of how information has value. And I don't blame them.
No.
I would do exactly the same. It's good entrepreneurship mentality and it's good negotiation, of course. My information has a value.
It does have the value. Problem is that they get the information as a sightseeing. They go to the sea to fish, and then they come across a wreck site, for instance. For them, it doesn't represent anything valuable because it has no fish or whatever little fish the wreck site has around, they catch it, and it's nothing very productive. But if they find that they can get some money out of that, it's something that is interesting for them. And in this sense, they get creative. In this particular case, the fisherman brought some photos and a couple of porcelain objects, which I immediately identified that they were good. I mean, that they were rare and they were in good conditions. That since the very beginning, I did want to know where they found these artifacts. And we were talking, negotiating how much would I pay for them to show me the place. And then a guy said, because he was a very nice man that I have met a couple of times with different wrecks. So it's someone who has already identified that shipwrecks are good for him. And he gave me a number. I said, okay, that's a little bit high on the high end. And he said, yeah, but the problem is that the wreck has a magic blanket over it. So I can give you the GPS position now. You go there, you will not see anything because it has a magic blanket. So
It has an invisibility cloak like in Harry Potter.
Exactly. He may have seen the movie and come up with the idea, but you will not see it. Even if I give you the GPS position, you will not see it. So we need to make a ceremony for this magic invisibility blanket to be lifted. And this ceremony cost this much. So, that was so creative. I agreed with for them to do the ceremony. I just only asked them, okay, it has a magic blanket that make it invisible. How do you know it's there? But okay, we didn't want to go deeper into that question. So they did their ceremony. They took me there. And because this thing with the fishermen, look, as I mentioned that my colleagues sometimes get cross because the fishermen try to sell or to give you information that they don't even know is true. It happens to me as well. There was one man that came to my boat in Indonesia with a bag of porcelain that he claimed to have found in a wreck. And when he put the porcelain in display on the table to make me interested on that wreck, I realized that it had porcelain from every century, every dynasty, every country. And I asked him repeatedly, did you find all these objects in the same wreck? Or these are objects from different wrecks? No, all in the same wreck. So, yeah, of course, sometimes you get frustrated. I told him, okay, I'm not interested in that wreck because he may have gone through the backyard of every fisherman in town and take every piece of porcelain he found and put it together in the bag and want me to pay for that.
He made his own out of water wreck in his own house by stealing the remains of other wrecks, I'm pretty sure.
So we didn't end in any cooperation, him and me. But yes, when you are dealing with people in this environment, you come across this kind of attitude as well. But these guys were real. We went to the place, they showed us it was 57 meters deep, so it is not shallow. 57 meters deep is deep for them and for us. So I imagine that the ceremony must have been quite expensive to lift the blanket because it was 57 meters deep. But we arrived in the place, we dived there, and it was curious because instead of the normal heel or heap of porcelain that you find in this wreck in such a depth, this was quite spread. It was quite flattened out, and you could see everywhere, when you swim, you could see everywhere these big storage jars, which are made of ceramic. They are not porcelain, but they are big storage jars. We call them martabans. Well, many people call them martabans because the most famous harbor where they were made was in Maritime, but they are actually storage jars. Not all of them were producing martaban. But you can see these jars on the seabed, and a lot of this porcelain just right under the first layer of sand. You can spot them, and you start seeing the porcelain. It's beautiful. We all think, well, it's Ming porcelain. Yeah, there is a way that we treat the Ming work, the Ming Dynasty, a little bit lightly. I include myself in that. But the Ming Dynasty, when you said, there is a wreck with Ming porcelain, or a Ming wreck, people immediately identified with a certain part of Ming Dynasty. But the Ming Dynasty was super long. The Ming Dynasty lasted 276 years.
I was just about to say, isn't it known as being one of the longest dynasties?
It is, and it was also very productive and very famous. I mean, from 1368 to 1645, to 1644, is 276 years. It has 16 emperors. Everyone identified like if Ming would have been the ruler, during the dynasty. No.
No, impossible.
It has 16,
So, yeah.
16 emperors, and all of them, in a way, left their mark in the production of porcelain of their time, because they hired different kind of artists. The trends in the artistry was different. The technology and how to make the porcelain was already changed a little bit from using this or the other, or applying a little bit more temperature. So it is very exciting to find out from which of the 16 emperors of the Ming Dynasty this porcelain belongs to. And I didn't know. I was very happy to find out this Hongzhi Emperor porcelain, because I find it beautiful. I am not like a big lover of blue and white porcelain, but still, after handling so much and so many different ones, when you find something which is slightly different, and you find it beautiful.
Would you say that this one is your favorite?
If you put me in that position, I don't know.
Yes,
I would say that this one and the one that we found in the Espadate, Mozambique, would be my two favorite ones within the entire span of the Ming Dynasty. Yes, because the artistry is really beautiful. It's very detailed. It really demands skills to do that porcelain. It's not the porcelain you do for export and you do it like this. No. This was done with care. And you could see that even from diving and finding objects which were for so many centuries under the sand in the Java Sea. And remember, this Hongzhi Emperor, he ruled from 1486 to 1505. So we are talking, before the discovery, let's call it the discovery of America, the man was already, his kingdom, his country, was making porcelain and exporting it.
There were already people making porcelain for him.
Yeah, incredible. And it was a really nice find, quite unexpected, because me personally, I have to admit, I didn't know that the Hongzhi Emperor existed. I have gone through the list of emperors of the Ming Dynasty, but him, I didn't memorize it. It was very funny to find out, because he's known as the only emperor in the Ming Dynasty that it has only one wife. Something that today we will find like, a normal thing. Well, he was known by being the one that had only one wife. And I have always connect the beauty of the porcelain that it was being produced, with his monogamism. It was super nice, and they were really pretty objects since the moment that you find them. So I wanted to share with you this story because it gives you a little bit of information on how do you get the information from fishermen or other workers from the sea, and how it could even end up in a very nice discovery. You can Google it. The Hongzhi Emperor porcelain is not that common. And we didn't excavate the wreck. We just went there, registered it, explored it a bit, took some samples, some photos and identification. We didn't excavate the wreck. So it's not porcelain, a Ming porcelain that you will find very abundant in markets and in the internet. And this collaboration with the fishermen ended up in producing new information from the study point of view, from the research point of view, that it wouldn't have been possible, because I tell you, the wreck that they show us, this wreck that we explore with the side scan sonar or the magnetometer, I am not sure that we would have found it, because it didn't have any outstanding feature that will stand out in the side scan sonar, nor enough ferromagnetic material to be registered by the magnetometer. So then again, collaboration with fishermen is crucial, and it also helps them. It not only helps us, it also helps them. That's what I wanted to share this with you. But thank you very much for watching the video. If you like it, please give it a like. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet. Share it with your friends. If you, by any chance, are a lover of Chinese porcelain, you may find it attractive. Share it with your peers in that sense, and let's keep on diving.